Have you ever found yourself holding back from speaking up in a meeting, joining a conversation, or pursuing a dream because you felt like you weren't good enough? Maybe you've replayed moments in your mind, obsessing over what others might think. These experiences are not unique. They're part of a deeper struggle we all face when we rely on external validation to define our worth. Confidence, self doubt, and insecurity are like a delicate balance we're constantly trying to manage. But what if the way we approach this balance is flawed from the start? What if true confidence doesn't come from how others perceive us, but from how aligned we are with ourselves? In this video, you'll learn why chasing perfection and external validation creates cycles of self-doubt, how redefining success through internal alignment can lead to lasting confidence, and the transformative power of embracing growth, failure, and authenticity. If this resonates with you, keep watching. Let's dive into why insecurity feels so pervasive and how shifting your mindset can unlock a deeper sense of self-worth. It's easy to believe that confidence is tied to how others see us. Compliments, social media likes, or a nod of approval from a boss can make us feel good temporarily. But what happens when those external affirmations disappear? The truth is, placing your worth in the hands of others is a losing game because their perceptions are influenced by their own insecurities, biases, and experiences, not by who you truly are. When we live for external validation, we create a cycle of anxiety and self-doubt. It's a constant attempt to control something that is fundamentally out of our hands. This trap keeps us stuck, looking outward instead of inward. Ironically, the more we try to meet others' expectations, the further we drift from our authentic selves. And it's this misalignment that breeds insecurity. Perfectionism might seem like a noble pursuit, but it's one of the biggest culprits behind feelings of inadequacy. Think about it, striving for perfection sets the bar so high that it becomes unattainable. The moment we inevitably fall short, we equate that with failure, and failure, we've been taught, is something to fear. But here's the thing, perfection doesn't exist. It's a moving target shaped by our culture, upbringing, and personal expectations. And yet we chase it relentlessly, believing that achieving it will bring the validation or happiness we seek. This mindset creates a damaging cycle. We set impossible standards, fail to meet them, and feel worse about ourselves as a result. What if instead we shifted our focus from perfection to progress? Every mistake becomes an opportunity to learn, every misstep a stepping stone to growth. When we embrace imperfection, we're not just kinder to ourselves, we also begin to realize that our worth was never tied to flawless outcomes. Think back to a time you avoided trying something new because you're afraid of failing. Fear of failure is one of the biggest drivers of insecurity, but not for the reasons you might think. It's not failure itself that holds us back. It's the belief that failure says something about who we are. This belief creates a rigid mindset. If I fail, it means I'm not good enough. But failure is not a verdict on your worth. It's simply part of the process of learning. In fact, every person who has mastered a skill or achieved something meaningful has failed more times than they can count. They've learned to embrace failure as feedback, not as a reflection of their value. When we begin to see failure as a natural and necessary part of growth, our relationship with insecurity changes. We stop asking, what will people think if I fail? And start thinking, what will I learn if I try? True confidence isn't about being the best or never making mistakes. It's about living in alignment with who you want to be. When you define your own values and goals, independent of what others expect, you create a sense of clarity and purpose that no external judgment can shake. Ask yourself this: who do you want to be? What kind of life feels meaningful to you? When your actions and choices reflect those answers, you'll find that confidence flows naturally. You'll stop chasing approval from others because your self-worth will be rooted in something far deeper and more enduring, your own alignment. This doesn't mean you won't face challenges. Insecurity doesn't magically disappear, but its grip on you loosens when you realize that others' opinions don't define your worth. You define it through the choices you make and the life you create. One of the most liberating shifts we can make is choosing authenticity over adaptation. From a young age, many of us learn to mold ourselves to fit in, whether it's to please parents, teachers, or peers. Over time, this habit of adaptation becomes second nature. We suppress our true selves in favor of being what we think others want us to be. But authenticity is where true confidence lives. It's about showing up as you are, even when it feels vulnerable. It's not about being perfect, but about being real. And the irony is, when you live authentically, the right people will be drawn to you. Not because you're trying to please them, but because your genuine self resonates with them. Living authentically doesn't mean disregarding others' opinions altogether. It means giving yourself permission to prioritize your values and needs over their expectations. It's a powerful way to reclaim your sense of self and create a life that feels deeply fulfilling. Insecurity often arises when we view life as a series of fixed milestones rather than an ongoing journey. We think, I should already know this, or I should already be good at this, and we punish ourselves for not meeting those expectations. But growth doesn't happen overnight, and mastery is never instantaneous. When you shift your perspective to see life as a journey of growth, you begin to appreciate the process. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to stretch yourself, every mistake a chance to refine your approach. And as you embrace this mindset, you'll find that confidence and joy naturally emerge. Not because you've reached some final destination, but because you're fully engaged in the experience of becoming. Confidence isn't something you earn through external achievements or others' approval. It's something you cultivate by living in alignment with your values, embracing imperfection, and committing to the ongoing journey of growth. When you release the need to be perfect or please everyone around you, you make space for something far more powerful, a life that feels true to who you are. The Inner Foundation series offers tools to help you cultivate the sense of alignment and confidence from within. Through guided reflection, meditation, and transformative practices, you'll discover how to live authentically and unlock greater fulfillment.